It was the very first annual company party at the Radisson when you got up and started doing your spiel, what you always do with when you worked for that company or whatever. I went to Lee and I said, "That's the guy who I want." I said, "That's the guy who keeps people entertained." I said, "That's who I want to DJ our wedding."
Yeah, because obviously, I mean, I am very, very close with a lot of our DJ friends.
Sure.
But and I respect all of them, and their talent, and I would recommend any of them to anybody, almost any of them to anybody. And but they're just, especially since Harry was, it was really there was no decision. There's a lot of decisions to make, and there was just no question, and because of having seen you in action, and understanding your process, there was just no question. There were things that I had wished had been, you always have a dream of, or you know, an idea, especially myself as a planner, and it's really hard to get human beings to go right along with exactly what you want, or to have the same dream, or the same vision. And I truly, by the time I had arrived through the rain, wrangling a gigantic bridal party all day long, by the time I had arrived at Grace Lawn Plaza for our reception, you know, I saw you, Dean, and I was just like so relieved to see you, because I felt like, all right, this guy knows, we've talked about everything, he knows what I want from this point forward, and I'm going to let him take care of things. And I just truly felt like you were there to take care of us from that point forward. And it was true. From that point forward, I felt free, and I'm not disappointed that I just let myself have fun that night and let you take care of things. I don't know about Harry, but in the love story, which is you know, from either side, it's kind of a meshed story of the two of your recollection of how you met and fell in love. And I'm not an extremely, while I like romance and everything, I'm not extremely mushy or sappy, and especially publicly, I'm not mushy and stuff. So for me, being able to tell my story kind of in private to someone, and then have it rewritten, and then to have what he said, the same thing. I know that, you know, he doesn't, he isn't as much of a talker as me in general. So to have someone else be able to translate what we had said about it, for me, listening to that story, even what I had said, and then to hear what he had said, was, you know, kind of got me right there. Whereas I'm just not a publicly mushy person, and that love story was written in such a way that, and read in such a way that, you know, it almost made me cry. Almost. Not like I was crying when Grandma and Grandpa were kissing, but almost. The ones that had been married the longest, and it was, which I kind of suspected would be my grandparents, who had been married 63 years at the time, and they then had to go to separate corners of the dance floor and run in slow motion toward each other, and give each other a passionate kiss at the end. You had given Grandpa some flowers to give to Grandma, and this whole little running part and the kissing part was all set to the Chariots of Fire theme. So everybody just thought that was awesome. There were just tears. My grandpa is just kind of Grandma is so meek and modest, and Grandpa just loved the attention, and so it was just really cute. But what I remember is afterwards when he hugged me and said, "Be happy." So that was probably one of the things I remember the most. Just the reaction, and the fact that my grandparents now, 2.5 years later, are still talking about it. when that DJ had us do that thing where we had to kiss and that Grandpa just talks about that all the time.